in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome in to We Talk Facts with 9-year NBA veteran and Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland and 2-time Nebraska Football National Champion Clester Johnson. Talking and taking names in sports and day-to-day living. Sit back, relax, and join the show with 9-year NBA vet and Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland. And 2-time Nebraska Football National Champion, Clester Johnson.
Yes. It is here. It is time. It is another Thirsty Thursday with WTF We Talk Facts. Stricky in the building. Clester is out of the country. He's doing big things out there in Española land. You know, he knows they like for me to say mañana. Yeah. And Sibo, I think he'll be tapping in. He's not here yet.
Yeah, he should be.
But he'll be here in a minute. He'll be here in a hot minute because there is a time difference. And that's not a word. I thought, I'm trying to do a little français, but that ain't it. That don't work. But nonetheless, we've got a great show for you guys today. It's a big weekend. The Huskers will be taking on the Buffs this weekend on Saturday. It is a night game. It'll be prime time night game action with prime. Deion Sanders will be coming in, bringing the Buffs with him and Shedeur Sanders. And we're banking on him not lifting any wrists to show any, watch action. We're hoping that the Huskers turn up and turn out and get the job done. So we're going to talk about it a little bit today. We've got a great show for you to talk about all things Huskers. One of the first things, when we talk about this game, obviously it is a revenge game. That's the way I like to look at it. When you look at the Huskers on the last game that they had against the Buffs, Harrison, let me ask you this: the last game they had against the Buffs, when you remember back to that time, I was out there, and there's a big reason why Stricky didn't go to that game. You want to know why?
I can take a wild guess, but give it to me.
You understand? Stricky didn't go to that game because it might have been a Terrence Crawford 1-2 combination with the way they be acting out there. So I had to be very calm, cool, and collective, and decide to stay at Blur events and watch the game. But they're coming into Nebraska. When you think about that game again, would you say that they actually won it, they beat us, or did we kind of give it to them?
I'm never going to say team didn't beat us. We gave it to them in a way, but you go back to the turnovers in the first half. Like, you make the argument we definitely shot ourselves in the foot and handed it. The end of that first half, the score, for how bad we looked, it's still kind of crazy how close that game was. And that's what kind of gives me hope walking into this year. We saw how many balls hit the ground without the defense doing anything. They didn't have to do a damn thing. We were just turning the ball over. So we definitely beat ourselves in one sense, but I'm not just going to take that away from Colorado and say they didn't beat us. But this game certainly should be different. You go back and look at about how close that game was in the first half, despite how awful it looked on our side of the ball. So I'm not going to take it away from Colorado, but I'm also going to say that we definitely did some things to hand them a game in a sense.
Yeah, so what we'll talk about is this matchup, what it looks like. We'll talk about in the next hour. We got to get out of here before 6:25 because
we got Clester hopping in right now. So.
Clester's jumping in. Mm-hmm. Good. Sibo, hey, I've been talking about you, my friend. You're doing big things, and I said Española. You're in
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're out there, and it's not mañana.
Actually, it might be. What time is it there,
It
Clester?
might- it's-
I think
it
it is
is
tomorrow. I
mañana.
think it is.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I am 7 hours ahead of you. It is approximately 1:08 a.m. in the morning here in Barcelona.
And you know what, Sibo? Here's the beautiful thing about what's going on in Barcelona. Look, Barcelona. Yeah, that's Barcelona.
TH.
Check it out. The thing that's going on right now, my friend, is your dedication. Your dedication to excellence, your dedication and commitment to winning. It's showing by you showing up even in Barcelona at 1 a.m. in the morning. I've been there because when I went out to Turkey and all of that, I was still doing my show. It'd be 2, 3 in the morning. I was up making it happen. But let me tell you this, man. It's got to happen this weekend, Sibo. Know you're out of town, but you're on your way back. Something special is also happening. I want to take that while we're here on 93.7 The Ticket on at WTF. They're going to be honoring you guys. 90, the 94 team, right? Is it the
Correct.
93 or the 94? The 94 national championship team will also be honored during this game. So it's going to be a special event. If you hadn't got tickets, sorry for you, because they're probably not available at this time. But Cless, when I remembered back to this game when we were in Colorado last year, it was a highly anticipated game. It was both teams were fresh, new coaches with Coach Rule as well as Coach Sanders, and they ended up winning that game. But would you say they dominated in the win? They won, or did we kind of have a hand in kind of handing that over to them?
I would say the tides have turned, Strick. And what I mean by that is Colorado at the time is on a nationwide high. Everybody in the nation is captivated by Colorado. They come out the gate. I think they win their first game. They upset TCU, who were ranked. So they're
Riding a high,
coming in on a high. And for Nebraska, I thought that there was a lot of uncertainty. They're coming in, and I think it's Nebraska. Is it their first game that they played Colorado last year, or did they?
I think it was the second one, wasn't it? It was
game.
Same, yeah.
And were they coming in on an offer? Were they coming in on an offer?
Yeah, we've been
we haven't won the
0-1
first game
since
yeah.
2016, which is a wild stat.
Yeah, so you got one team coming in on a high. The whole nation is loving them. Jersey sales up. I even hear that student enrollment is up. I mean, just everything is going on in Colorado. But I really see a momentum shift, especially since Coach Rule now have had a year to implement his style, implement what he wants to get done, and inject some confidence into a team that now knows where they want to go. They have their goals, they have their aspirations, and they got confidence now. And it really showed in that first game. And like I told everybody, when you got a quarterback that you believe in, it just elevates everybody around you. And you can just see that with how all those guys played around. And, even when there was some doubt there in the first half, man, they came out and put their foots on those necks. And it's going to be a different Colorado-Nebraska game this weekend.
Yeah. So did you have the privilege of watching both teams play? I know you watched.
Yes.
You watched.
I watched them both. Them both.
I'll have to say, and I want you, to tie in, your thoughts on it too. Is I'm honestly looking at this from an objective standpoint, and and if what I'm going to say is not going to be bias based, really, because I honestly, if I felt that Nebraska was inadequate or they weren't up to par for this one, I would tell you. Like, I would be quite honest with that. That's one of the things we do here. You understand me? We talk facts. We don't we don't come out here spewing fiction. We talk facts. You understand me? So this is how it went down, man. I really watched that game objectively. I was looking at both parties, both teams, and watching how the game went down. So I'm going to take into account that North Dakota State is a good team, Sibo. No, they're like, don't get it twisted. They're FCF champions.
Number 2.
Multiple number 2 in the FCS, and they've been champions 4 straight before the Jacks unearthed them last year, which they had trouble doing for a while, and they finally got them. You know, they got them, and they're a good team. Here's the thing: they made big plays, but they weren't consistent. They don't throw the ball consistently well. They were doing some junk stuff, throwing in a kind of a Tebow style quarterback every now and then. The defense held their own for the most part. They just couldn't get pressure consistently to Shedeur. Bruh, they were 2 yards away from winning that game. Look, a Hail Mary was complete. If he had just enough juice to get it to the end zone, he catches it and they win that game, my boy. So look, I was being objective. So I come in and watch this one. Slow start, meaning the game was tight. They had some action. The safety, they got the fumble. The safety turned the whole momentum. Everything after the safety, everything went Nebraska's way. They were doing anything they wanted. But like you said, quarterback moves the needle. But the difference in this game to me, which we'll talk more in the second segment, is the defense. This defense, I think, is ready for the challenge. Whereas on the other end, we're going to talk about the keys to it. But I think when I looked at it as a whole, the running game I don't care which running backs you had in. The running game was just, Dowdell looked phenomenal. He had a fumble, and I can't really attribute the fumble to him from being lackadaisical or anything. Got a helmet put right on the ball. That just, sometimes that happens, right? But the running game looked stout. Like the line looked like Mazuka and all those guys on the interior. Ben Scott got another year. You know, I was worried about the left tackle with Corcoran, but they held their own and they gave him time. And then you looked at the pocket presence and the ability to make the adjustments out of Raiola. I've got to give the nod to Nebraska.
I loved everything you said. I think that was a very good breakdown. Defense, yes, love it. Adjustments in the second half from the quarterback, yes. I love everything you had to say there. I want to add from a broader perspective. When you look at the two teams from last year, you want to look and say who looks different and who looks the same, right? Mm-hmm. Looking at that Colorado game, they needed to improve their running game and they needed to improve on defense. Mm-hmm. And I am looking at the very same Colorado team from last year. It doesn't look like they put much emphasis on trying to take some pressure off of Shedeur because they're going to play better teams who can put a rush on you. I think that was a North Dakota State, I don't feel had the horses equipped to really to be as athletic against a quote unquote revamped line. But this Nebraska game and some of the coming Big 12 games, I think I don't know. Yeah, I'm really sensing kind of a similar Colorado team as last year because to have North Dakota State put those kind of points on them and kind of run the ball on them at will, they were very undisciplined and allowing some of the trick plays. You know, they used some trickery and I just felt like Colorado did not do a very good job of showing the nation that, hey, listen, we are a different team last year. And Nebraska was the polar opposite. They showed that they're going to be a different team this year.
That's a fact. Harrison, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I'll double down. Like as we're talking about, they need to show that they're a better team than last year. What surprised me right away in that week 1 game, it's the execution. What is Colorado doing throwing the ball with 90 seconds left when you have the lead?
Wow.
It makes no sense. If you just run, even if you don't get yardage, it doesn't matter. Worst case scenario, NDSU gets 5 seconds?
Great point.
Instead of that, You give them an opportunity, and that's how they won 4 games last year. What happened to Stanford? They were up by how much? Going up at a half? Second half, instead of just running the ball, killing the clock, time of possession, they throw the ball around the yard, and it's quick possessions. Even if they get a field goal out of it, you're giving the ball back to the other team so fast when you built up a lead. So that really shocks me. Like right away, it's like you're still making the same mistakes that led to a 4-win season last year. That stuff's going to clean up because they're going to win, 4-5 games at best if they continue to just make those mindless execution decisions where you get the talent at wide receiver, you have the quarterbacks, but at some point you got to run the ball. And we just lost Clester. Maybe that Spain Wi-Fi isn't holding up too well. He should be hopping back in shortly. But yeah, that really surprised me. And I don't know if that was Shador checking it, if that was the OC's call, but if it's Shador, NFL scouts are looking at that thinking, what are you doing? If it's the coaching, other teams are looking at that.
What are you doing?
You're giving us the ball back. And you said it, 10 more yards. If he throws that ball 10 more yards, that's a touchdown and a huge upset for Colorado. That's what shocked me most about them. It wasn't that the offensive line, it wasn't the defensive line. It was, once again, just the decisions in late game when you've already built a lead. Why are you so eager to give the ball back?
Well said. Well said. The last thing I'll throw out is it's gonna be a hype night. So Cless, real quick, tell us like what this type of game, before we got about 5 minutes and we're gonna have to get out and get to football, but so really 4 minutes. So here's this is the thing. What is the preparation like when you're talking about this type of game, a night game, high profile, just highly anticipated type of game? What is it like, in the locker room, the feeling?
This game is about managing your emotions, okay? Because it's a night game. You got all day to think about things. So coach has to make sure, obviously, the plan is in place. The guys are well rested all day, and then get ready to ramp themselves up to get ready to play on the, when the lights come on. But I know that you cannot be all amped up. You can't come out and go crazy, because I'm gonna tell you, E, and this is a throwback rivalry game at night, okay? Mm-hmm. But you have to control your emotions. You have to do what you practice, and you can't try to be Superman and win the game on one play every time.
Yeah.
And I think Coach Rule is probably really good at that kind of stuff, just making sure the guys stay focused and say, hey, listen, we're fully prepared. We know exactly what we need to do, and we're ready to go. But I'm going to tell you what, that crowd is going to infuse these players, and I'm looking at the crowd to give them at least 10 points.
That's what I was going to say. I was actually going to ask that question because some people say they would prefer Nebraska to be on the road. And I said, I beg to differ. I say, in this situation, Cless, and you got a couple more minutes to answer this one, would you prefer to be in this situation, a team like this, quarterback like you've got, would you prefer to be on the road or be at home in this type of game?
Definitely at home. This is a team that's on the rise. The crowd is going to be so loud, Eric, that they're going to put a lot of pressure on Colorado. Just think, the crowd can make you jump off side. The crowd can make you miss calls. The crowd can, how many times a tackle has started the play before. I've seen teams get 5 or 6 false start penalties, and 5 to 10 yards can be very critical in a game like this. So I'm willing to see the crowd be frantic. There's a lot of people who already don't like Deion Sanders, and they don't like the Buffaloes naturally. So you're going to see a frenzy, crazy crowd, and they're going to make a lot of noise. And again, I think it's going to be worth 10 to 14 points.
Wow. I'm not mad at you. We'll get a little bit more in this next segment where we'll talk about the keys to both sides, having some success and what it's going to look like, what they're going to need to do for whatever side comes out to be victorious, because this is a huge game. One last thought. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, talking about the home crowd, one thing that worries me, and just real quick here, is if you're going to pick a team that's more fueled by the quote-unquote hate from the opposing team, that's Colorado. So I wonder, if you bring out that Nebraska nice, that reverse psychology might almost work better, because Colorado, they love that stuff. That's their fuel.
They feed off fodder.
They
feed off fodder. I can understand that. Yeah. So we got to get out of here. There is going to be, if you're a radio listener, there's going to be NFL football. You're going to be able to get NFL football here on 93.7 The Ticket during the year.
Chiefs Ravens.
That's
Thursday
crazy.
night.
It's going to happen right here. It is Thirsty Thursday right here on WTF. We're going to come right back. We'll get into the keys of what we think the game is going to be needed. What's going to be needed in the game in order for a team to be successful in this win. We'll be right back. WTF, we talk facts.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at USC in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at HuskerFanTravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a downtown LA hotel, exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at USC. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line. Here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is area race announcer James Rowland. Join me and Bree Fansteel every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket for the Finish Line, where we cover all things motorsports from local racing to racing around the world. Every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're looking for tickets to the Colorado game, 93.7 The Ticket has you covered. There are 3 different ways to win one of 4 pairs of tickets. 1, like our 93.7 The Ticket page on Facebook and share the post. 2, follow our 93.7 The Ticket account on Twitter and repost the announcement post. 3, come on down to 1040 O Street, buy a drink from the mill, and enter your name in the box. All drawings will be done at noon on Friday. Get entered now.
Landmark Implement helps you put dirt in its place with increased accuracy and greater speed thanks to the John Deere Smart Grade. This fully integrated 3D grade control system boosts job site productivity and reduces labor costs with fewer passes and less wasted material, meaning more bids won and higher margins. No masts, no cables, just clear views of the job site. Visit your local Landmark Implement today and discover the profit-boosting power of the Smart Grade and experience the Landmark difference.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Early break, and then a week after retirement, he was flipping burgers in a what would you call that truck? A
food truck.
Food truck.
What kind of truck would that be with food in it?
Words are hard.
What is that? There's a truck. They show up. They show up at noon, and then they drive in, and it's a food. Oh, I can't put it together. I can't get this food truck.
Food truck.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
Yeah. What can we say? Thank you guys for listening to WTF We Talk Facts every Thursday, 6 to 7. It is Thirsty Thursday. We also thank you guys on the Sutter Heyman text line. We appreciate you guys for listening, Mississippi Mud Dog, and all the good listeners there. All the unnamed texters, I see you guys. We appreciate you guys for tapping in as well. Thunder Knot Collins, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You in the building. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to a few things. It's going to come down to who wants it more and who's going to make plays when it matters. Who's going to get the stop when it's 3rd down and 7, and you got a chance to get off the field. Who's going to get off the field? So let's get into the keys of the game, class. When you talk about it, I have some keys, but I definitely want to let you, man. You're in Barcelona, and time is of the essence out there for you. So I definitely want to let you tap in and get that off. What do you see that are keys to the game? Let's start with Colorado. Let's go there, and we'll finish with the Huskers. What do you think the keys of the game for the Colorado Buffs?
Before I give my keys to the game, quick special shout out to Thunder Knot Collins. That brother, whoever that is very faithful to WTF.
He is, man. And I actually met the Thunder Knot Collins.
Oh, you did?
I didn't really talk to him. He was in here in the station. That's what we love about being here downtown, especially now in football season. It's going to be absolutely amazing to watch some of the people come by.
Shout out, man. Shout out to Thunder Knot Collins, man.
For sure. We appreciate it.
Keys to the game, Colorado style. Colorado's true advantage is they truly probably have one of the best receiving corps in the country. And they clearly have a top tier quarterback. We don't know where he's going, but he's probably going in the first round, stays healthy. If Nebraska cannot get any pressure on that quarterback and truly make them one-dimensional where they can really kind of tee off and put some real pressure on Shedeur, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a track meet. So to me, the matchup is receivers against the Nebraska DBs. Can we put pressure on Colorado and disrupt their passing game? Because they're not trying to run the ball. And based on what I saw, what they had for running backs, they didn't make much improvement at all. Matter of fact, I think they regressed when I looked at who they had running the ball. One of their better running backs, Dylan, went to K-State. What's Dylan's last name? He's at K-State, actually scored 2 touchdowns in K-State's first game. And but defensive wise, God, I mean, I'm telling you, judging Colorado off their first game against North Dakota State, I love their linebacking core. Very active. The linebacking core was very active, but the DBs and again the pressure on the quarterback, they got maybe a few sacks, but still that was an inferior. I just felt that was an inferior athleticism team to them. But for Colorado, it's coming down to can they outscore Nebraska by the fact that they have a really good receiving core. That's their only real advantage that I see is quarterback experience, and they got quite a few of their really good receivers back.
So skill positions on the outside, basically. Yeah,
that is. I'm telling you, that is Colorado's only advantage is Shedeur throwing to those receivers. If they can somehow neutralize that, do some zone man, mix some things up where he can't really see where things are coming from, or he can't get a pre-read on things, it could be a long night for Colorado.
For Nebraska. If Colorado's able to do that, if Colorado's able to throw that ball, however, whenever, wherever,
because he is extremely accurate.
Facts.
Oh man, and he's tough. He's super, super tough too. So they have to frustrate him. They got to frustrate him because they're not going to be able to depend on the running game. I don't see it.
No question, and that's what I would say. I would say this: they had that benefit last year a little bit. They did get a little runner. Dylan Edwards before he transferred. Obviously he's out there with your boy now.
That's right.
With Keegan in Kansas State, but Dylan Edwards, well, that's even crazy in itself. I mean, he leaves the starting position. I think he's third on the depth chart down there in Kansas State or something like that.
No. He's a co-starter. He's a co-starter.
Oh, he's a co-starter. Okay, good. My thing is, I agree with you. One-dimensional. You've got to make them one-dimensional. I don't think their running game will be able to take care of what we got going on interior as well as on the exterior. I think that here's where I think we've gotten better. One thing that I saw that I hadn't seen in a while, Cless, is when the first team defense leaves, the second team defense comes out and is a drop off. It's a noticeable drop off. A second team add a player or two to it. There's some form of a drop off, right? I'm talking about down to the third team. They played with reckless abandon. I hadn't seen that since, I'm going to be honest, from totality, since going back to almost your time, where, you come off with Widstrom, you have Tomich, and then you got Dante Jones, and then you got, it was like
Mike Rucker.
Like, it was like, it didn't matter. Whoever was in there.
Chad Kelsey, Rucker.
You feel me? It didn't matter who you had in there. You was getting the same action, the same smoke. I would even say that I like our second DBs. I was questionable on the linebacking core, but they gave me something. So this is where I think if the linebacking core holds up, I think if like you said, they mix it up where they don't give him pre-read opportunities or to be able to pick and choose and they throw some stuff at him. And I'm hoping they can get to him with 4. I don't think their offensive line is that good. I think they can get to him with 4 at a minimum 5, a delayed blitz or some form of a sneaky zone blitz or something like that. But I think Nebraska's defense is better with keeping their eyes on the people. The thing that they've got to do is they've got to tackle on catch. They cannot let them, catch and hit you with a dead leg and put you on skates.
Last year, Travis Hunter hit a hitch. I think it was like a 10-yard hitch.
Yeah,
he turned into like a 40-yard touchdown run. Yeah, that's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's something you just cannot do.
I got a question for you, E. But keep going. Keep going. I got a good question.
The last thing I'm going to say, and then I'll let you tap in on that, is Nebraska needs to go to Pound Town, basically. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Pause. I'm going to say that. They need to go to Pound Town. I'm talking about Dowdell, Irving, And
don't forget about Emmett Johnson.
That's what I was about to say. And Emmett, Ramir, third down.
You're saying they need the sexy Reddit, huh? They need the sexy Reddit.
Sexy Reddit. Yeah. Straight down the middle. You understand me?
Okay.
Paul.
Right. All right.
Okay. I'm talking about, and then it opens the door. I think run game, interior skill players, interior receivers, slot, tight ends should have a big night. If the slots and tight ends have a big night and then the outside opens up, it'll wear them down. Your boy played almost every down except 2. Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
He played every down. Wear him out. Do some Clester Johnson action. You understand? Clester Johnson on the outside, run when it's a run. I'm laying hack. I'm trying to pancake you. Every time I see you, I want to have the Deion Sanders and the Andre Rison moments. You remember how they got to it? Yeah. I want you like that. I want you mad like that. So that's where I see the keys are. If they do that, I think if the interior, I think if the tight ends and Jalen and Barney.
Yeah, Jacory Barney Jr.
If they get, because their safeties aren't good. I mean,
this is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford.
Listen, the safeties, they're good. They're good hitters. They're good coming down. They're good reading off zone, coming up, making hits, making plays. That's where Shador and those interior safeties are good at. But when they got a burner like Lloyd and Barney who can test their metal, yes, sir. I think they're gonna have a big day on the inside.
Here's my question for you and Harrison. I would love to hear you guys' opinion on this. Who do you give the edge to in coaching? Deion versus Coach Rule, when it has to, a major adjustment has to be made. So you got Coach Prime Time Sanders, who is an all-pro Hall of Famer, been a coach now for about on a college level for 4 or 5 years. And you got Coach Rule, who has been in the game on that D1 level for a little longer. Who do you give the edge to in coaching?
We don't have enough time for me, so I'm going to let Harrison, because Harrison, while we were on break, he had a really good take, and I have to concur. This is why I'm going to let him speak on it. Go ahead, Harrison.
Yeah, just again, if you just look at Colorado last year, you're looking at what the games they're going to have in the Big 12 this year, the execution in late game situations when they have the lead, they make some bizarre decisions just throwing the ball around the yard. That Stanford game sticks out, and that week 1 game against NDSU. To me, it's no question you're going to give it to Matt Rule just based on looking at that first game. They did the same things they did last year that ran them into that 4-win season. I don't think this one's very close. Now, can Deion be a great coach? Sure. But right now, the experience definitely leans on Matt Rule, just what we've seen with decision-making. You can go look what he did at Baylor. You can go look what he did at Temple as well. I mean, he's got a track record of being a great coach. Deion, he just doesn't have that track record right now. Last year, you saw it, and you saw it right away again week 1. He's got great players. He knows how to get them motivated. But when it comes to those decisions and executing, there's definitely questionable stuff that you call out.
There you go.
Good stuff.
So we're gonna have to take a quick break. So keys to the game for me: run game, pound town, and just making it hard. So Clester and I agree with making it difficult, not just being able to see and do whatever they want. I think depth is going to be a key. Being able to shuffle guys in, being assured that whoever's going to be in that game, you're not going to get tired. So that means getting off the field and third downs. That happened last game too. They have long third down situations. They gave up long conversions. Get off the field. So run the ball, get off the field, and eat up the clock, and just make it.
You gotta have a good plan for the freshman QB. I mean, we forget that he still doesn't have a lot of experience. I think they have to, I'm gonna second what you said, but they have to have a good balance of running.
Oh, no question.
Take some pressure off the QB. because you know that Colorado is going to try to take advantage of the fact that we got a young freshman quarterback. So how will he handle the adversity? How is he going to handle this big game? We don't know. But judging off the first game, he's on a good trajectory.
No question. That's going to take us to our next break, and then we'll come back and we'll finish up with some predictions. And I'm gonna put it on class to basically answer this question of what do you think the scores is gonna be. I'm gonna get Harrison too. I'm gonna put y'all to the test. I need when I say prediction, I don't want a W or an L one way or the other. I'm saying put your numbers on it. You feel me? We'll be right back. WTF, We Talk Facts. Last segment, we'll put some predictions on it when we get back. Right at this.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Nebraskans are proud of their public schools. Hi, I'm Tim Royers. As a Nebraska Teacher of the Year, I traveled across the state and saw the value public schools bring to our communities every day. They're where our kids get the skills and opportunities they need to succeed. They're where families come together to enjoy a musical, cheer for our teams, talk with teachers, and build trusted relationships. Strong public schools create strong communities.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G356093 must trade.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
If you're looking for tickets to the Colorado game, 93.7 The Ticket has you covered. There are 3 different ways to win one of 4 pairs of tickets. 1, like our 93.7 The Ticket page on Facebook and share the post. 2, follow our 93.7 The Ticket account on Twitter and repost the announcement post. 3, come on down to 1040 O Street, buy a drink from the mill, and enter your name in the box. All drawings will be done at noon on Friday. Get entered now.
Still using that old, outdated office phone system? You need better. At Hamilton, we offer solutions for the modern office. Whether you have an office full of staff or your employees work remotely and are on the go, seamless call handling is important. Elevate your communication and connect seamlessly with clients and staff with Hamilton Business Phone Systems. Choose better and hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Old School with DP and J.
And, this part of camp it happens in high school camp, when they have a certain amount of time before their game, before school starts and all that. And then it happens in college and it happens in the pros. I had more fights with some of my good friends, the guys that I'm considered lifelong friends at this point in camp, than with some, over-energized rookie trying to make a name for himself. Seriously.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
There he is. See, Breezy. Champions from 94, 95. Y'all going to be representing. It's going to be good to see, man. I'm going to be there in full flesh talking about the 1-2 connection. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? 1-2 connection. It ain't just brother. This ain't just a brotherhood. It's more than that. That's what you got when you get WTF facts. Here we go. We're gonna get into predictions. We ain't got a lot of time. So we're gonna get into some predictions. You want Stricky to go first, Ebo, or you want to go first?
Listen, lead the way, baby. Lead the way. Let's see what you got.
So real talk. I'm going to go on a limb and say 34-24, Nebraska.
Listen, I
write it down because if you put a bet on it, I don't give betting advice. But if you put some on it, you might hit the parlay.
You guys should do something to where whoever is the most far off has to do something silly on the show next week.
Clester, okay. Clester, whoever loses has to wear the Mario hat the whole show.
Okay, and I'm putting your predictions in my notes so that no one can say.
You have to wear the Mario hat.
The closest one wins.
Yes. As far as to the score.
You still want to be last. That's the only thing you're really worried about.
Right.
Yeah, because Harrison's in on that too.
Go ahead, Harrison. What you got, Harrison?
No, we ain't doing.
What? You want to use theirs?
He's trying to do
like
they do on the Price is Right. He's trying to price is right, us, bro. He's gonna say $1. Go ahead, Harrison.
No, I want him to go first. Come on, Clester.
Okay, listen. I'm going to give you a little bit more than what Eric gave you. I like Colorado to come out and punch Nebraska in the mouth early. They don't score first. Nebraska settles down. And I want to say the crowd and the momentum builds up, and they take the momentum later in the second half.
Crescendo.
I'm going to say Nebraska with the payback, because there was a lot of crap that was talked last year. I'm going to say Nebraska in a tight game. I'm going to say 35-31 Nebraska.
Alvano with the field goal late? Okay, I see you.
All right, I'm taking Nebraska big here.
Oh,
I think this is a message game.
I
think last year we say that's a fluke. We had 8 sacks and 11 tackles for loss last year. The only reason why that game got away, in my opinion, is turnovers. They're going to be able to score, but I got Nebraska big. 24-38. Skurs, they walk out comfortably.
Why are you trying to use my numbers?
You
just trying to add a little extra. You the one that did the Price is Right, huh?
I'm picking Nebraska big. I had that in my head.
Okay.
Hey, our score is actually somewhat similar. I mean,
Everyone's is pretty. We've got Strick at 34-24 Nebraska, Clester at 35-31 Nebraska, and Harrison at 38-24 Nebraska. So
I think the defense is going to stand up. I really do. I just really I don't think they're used to track meets, and I just don't think they're going to be able to hold the ball. Because I think when it gets into the second half, I think Nebraska's just going to keep running it. They're going to dominate the run game.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think what's happening, I think that Nebraska still has a little bit of doubt. They're still on a 7-year losing streak. Nebraska is still have some doubts in their mind. They're going to play against a team that's going to come in very confident. And I think Nebraska figures it out late that, you know what, we can play with these guys. We're better than these guys. I think they figure it out later is what I'm thinking.
Okay. Show you right. There it is. What say you? How do you think it's going to go down? Those who are WTF facts. Did we spit facts or did we spit fiction? We'll find out on Saturday. Show you right. We thank you guys for once again joining us on WTF We Talk Facts. We had a great time on the night. It's been all Huskers. We'll talk more. We'll have more WTF moments of the week. Maybe next week, maybe not. We might still be on Husker Fire. We'll be right there to see you when it comes down the pipe. The pipeline. Run it. Pound Town. WTF We Talk Facts. We'll see y'all next week.
It's game on at Elway of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Powersports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Nebraskans are proud of their public schools. Hi, I'm Tim Royers. As a Nebraska Teacher of the Year, I traveled across the state and saw the value public schools bring to our communities every day. They're where our kids get the skills and opportunities they need to succeed. They're where families come together to enjoy a musical, cheer for our teams, talk with teachers, and build trusted relationships. Strong public schools create strong communities.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back.